What's good, y'all? I'm back with another video, and today we have Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And today for y'all, I got the most important tips and tricks in the game that they either don't tell you or they don't dive too deep into. And the best part is about some of these tips that they can be used as early as the first mental training fight with Piccolo. If you found any of these tips useful or have any tips of your own, drop a like and drop a comment down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So let's get right into it. So today I'm going to break these tips down into two sections for you. You got the free roam / gameplay category, and then we got the combat category. So let's get right into this free roam / gameplay. So I'm going to start with a few small tips before I give you this last most important tip. The first tip is that if you eat when you're in intermission in between the stories, you will get the bonuses for all the unlocked characters and not just the ones in your party. That means you should save your meals and stuff in between the sagas. The next tip is another small one. If you need to restore health and ki when you're out exploring, let's say you got into a couple fights and your health is down, you may not have an item or you may not want to waste your items. Fly as high as you can into the sky and look around for a line of smoke. These are the campfires, and when you rest at them, you will replenish your health and ki. And the next tip is for those who are looking to farm items. So what you can do is you can find an item, you know, the ones that you automatically pick up, save your game, then you reload that same save file and the item will respawn. So they're there for you to collect and repeat. And this can be used on several things such as fishing, to farm golden fish, to eat, and selling items that are collected around the world. And finally, we got the biggest tip. These are for the people who want to level up fast. So the best way to go about it, if you're pretty early, is to try to, do your thing with the community board. And how the community board works is you want to make links that make sense. Let's see, for instance, Piccolo and Gohan, that's a link because the relationship they have. So the relationships with Dragon Ball. Try to make that with the soul emblems around the training community. As you can see, once you max out the training community, you get a 100% experience boost when you battle. And that's pretty much the best way until you get later on in the game. And it's not like you really need to level up because the story gives you a nice amount of experience, and it only leaves you either slightly behind, right on par, or slightly above your opponent. So it's never going to be too hard unless you're just bad. And I mean, you're not going to be bad after using these tips. And then later on in the game, once you have access to the Capsule Corp training, you have to build up your training to, I suggest, to the highest that you can if you want to max out your levels, or the highest you can do. And make sure that you have Goku Spirit Bomb. Where's the EX Spirit Bomb? The Super, Ultimate, Ultra, all that. Make sure you have the highest Spirit Bomb ability that you can get.
Are you ready to begin your training?
And then what you do is you go to the different character training things. I'm not sure what word to use at the moment, but you'll see it on the screen. And what you will do when you go in there, you will power up, transform as soon as you get in there. As soon as you start, you transform and you spam those spirit bombs. I'm gonna show it on the screen. I'm gonna go through it with y'all. Spam those spirit bombs. And to also help, you can equip, what is it called? Bridled. Oh, I'm trying to think of this off the top of my head. It'll be on the screen. Cause I know Vegeta, he can equip Merciless and spam the Big Bang attack. Whichever way you want to do it, it's up to you. But that's the most like XP that I've gotten. That's the fastest way, and it only takes like a couple seconds each run, so you can level up pretty quickly. So now let's get into the combat tips. Okay, so there's a lot that this game does not tell you. They just kind of throw the controls in your face and they're like, here, go play. And I personally don't have a problem with that because it gives you room to experiment and find out new things. Such as the fact that you have 3 combo enders, and I didn't know that until I was, experimenting. You have the main one, which is the primary attack button, is circle on PS4 and B on Xbox. and whatever you map it to on PC, obviously. The second is a burst, which is triangle on PS4, Y on Xbox, and whatever you map it to. And the last one is a key blast, which is square on PS4, is X on Xbox, and whatever you map it to, like I said. Now these enders have different uses. For example, when you need to charge key or combo into a super, you can use the burst ender or the normal ender. But the burst ender has become my personal favorite because for one, it looks cool and it opens up a few options for you. I suggest you play around with the enders and see which one you end up using the most. The next tip is to equip items. I know it's one of those things that seems like a duh, but I've gone into several fights where I thought I had items with me and I didn't. Make sure you equip your items to your palette and use them if and when necessary. And finally, one of the most important tips when it is an option is to use your supports, especially during boss fights. Supports can bail you out of a lot if you use them properly. For example, Krillin has been one of the most useful supports solely for his solar flare ability. The screen cuts to him and cuts off anything that the opponent is doing and stuns them, which makes Krillin one of the best for me. But any support, once you use them enough, you gain the ability to do a team attack, somewhat similar to a Rising Rush in Dragon Ball Legends, and you all finish with a super. This also cuts off anything the opponent is doing if you find yourself in a sticky situation and have been using your supports. This is a great option if available. And these, in my opinion, are the most important tips and tricks in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. All the other ones are pretty, man, the game kind of tells you like you need to collect Z orbs, you need to do this, but they don't tell you these things right here. And if these tips helped you, or if you have some extra tips, comment those down below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time.